Today is actually part 2 of one of my most requested videos. Hello everybody, Rick here. Behind me, Islands of Adventure, and today I'm going to show you the best things to do at Islands of Adventure besides the rides. Like I said, this is part 2 of a 2-part series. What was part 1? Well, it was the best things to do at Universal Studios besides the rides. I'll leave a link to that video in the description box. This video, though, a little tougher to do as Islands of Adventure is my favorite theme park for rides. But we're not talking about rides. We're talking about all the fun stuff you can do besides the rides at Islands of Adventure. The first section of Islands of Adventure is called the Port of Entry. There's no rides here. What you gonna do? You're gonna shop and eat. That's what you're gonna do. Of course, each island at Islands of Adventure will have shopping and eating you can do in each island, so I'm not going to go into detail of those non-ride activities. We're just going to accept that as a given. We're actually going to start at Marvel Superhero Island today. There are 4 rides in here, but what can you do in here besides the rides? Well, there happens to be an arcade in Marvel Superhero Island. If you don't want to go on Dr. Doom or the Hulk or Spider-Man or Storm Force coming to the arcade, plenty of classic arcade games for you to choose from. And this island is home to some awesome character meet and greets. And it's not just the heroes you can meet. Occasionally, the villains take over. Storm, Rogue, Dr. Doom, the Green Goblin, Captain America, Cyclops, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. Spider-Man, in fact, has his very own special meet and greet photo opportunity where they have a green screen and they can place you on the cover of a comic book. And even though you may not want to go on a ride here, a couple of them have free backstage tours. The Hulk has one, the Gamma Tour, and then the Villains Tour I highly recommend. If you want to know everything there is to know about the free backstage tours, we have done a video on that. I will leave a link to it in the description box. So there you go, do those things in Marvel Superhero Island and you had a good time without even going on a ride. As we leave Marvel Superhero Island on our way to Toon Lagoon, we can see on our right here, there are 5 midway games for you to enjoy and perhaps win some prizes. Now that we've made it into Toon Lagoon, I can tell you some things you can do in here without going on the water rides. That would be the character meet and greets. Typically, you can run into Popeye, Olive Oil, and Betty Boop here. So I'm actually doing a video of all the fun stuff you can do without the rides, and that would be, of course, meeting you guys.
And I hope you're eating your spinach.
You may not want to ride Ripsaw Falls because you will get soaking wet if you do ride it, like those guys right there. But you can do this. You can spend a few bucks on the water cannons. Put in your tokens, press this button here, and get people wet down there. You can do the same thing on this bridge to Popeye's and Bluto's barges. Get yourself some tokens, press the button, help get those people wet. Not that they need any help getting wet on this ride. Don't want to buy tokens and pay for a water cannon? There are some free water cannons in Toon Lagoon. Let me show you where they are. On one of the upper decks of Me Ship the Olive, right up there, free water cannons. You don't have to pay to use them. No tokens required. And also, this serves as a play area for kids who don't want to go on the rides. Skull Island is actually the smallest island here. There's only the one ride. In fact, not a lot of shopping and eating either, as there's only one little small retail cart and one little food kiosk. What are the best things to do in Jurassic Park besides the amazing rides? Well, I'm about to tell you. You know what you can do if you don't want to go on the rides? You can just enjoy watching the rides, such as the Jurassic Park River Adventure. Just don't get too close. You might get splashed. You know what we call this ride on our channel? Scream, splash, laugh. Because that's what happens. Here it is. They didn't scream that much though. Inside of Camp Jurassic, there is a ride, but we're not talking about the ride. This is a large play area for kids, so not interested in the ride in here? Plenty of stuff for the kids to do to burn off that energy. If you're not interested in doing the rides, I'm not sure how interested you're going to be in rock climbing, but technically this rock climbing activity is not a ride, so you could do it if you didn't want to do rides. We've already mentioned meet and greets as a fun thing to do besides the rides. We've mentioned that a couple times, but Jurassic Park is home to one of the best meet and greets. The Raptor Encounter, located here in Jurassic Park. I think they have 4 dinosaurs for you to encounter. 2 are large raptors and 2 are baby raptors. And in my opinion, this meet and greet, this photo opportunity, one of the best in any theme park anywhere. We've already seen one Midway Games area. Here is another in Jurassic Park. I am partial to the DNA sequencing game. I win at that one a lot. Oh, that's okay.
I never
3rd time. You got it.
All right.
The Discovery Center. Non-ride activities in here. Dining on the 1st floor, but if we go down a level, that's where the activities are. We just missed a live egg hatching of a dinosaur. It's one activity they do down here. We just missed it. I was running down the stairs to get here and we just missed it. These machines you're looking at right now will help you scan dino eggs, see what's inside before they hatch. You Bet Jurassic. Kind of a trivia game section. Come down here, answer questions about dinosaurs. Challenge your family. See who's the smartest. And then lastly in here we have the DNA sequencing area. Hands-on activities in here. And I suppose it'll make you a little smarter. Earlier I mentioned a fun thing to do is to watch the rides as a fun non-ride activity. I mentioned specifically the Jurassic Park River Adventure. But you know what might be more fun than that? Watching people scream on the Velocicoaster. Down over there by the actual Top Hat drop is a fun place to watch, but also here on the bridge. Remember earlier when I mentioned the free backstage tours? Well, the Velocicoaster has one too. Check the description box. There is a ride inside of Hogwarts Castle, but you guys are not interested in the rides. You're interested in the things to do besides the rides. And also, the ride in here is going to make you sick anyway. You want to skip that. But they do have a free backstage tour when available for Hogwarts Castle. But regardless, you can still just walk through the queue like you're going to go on the ride, and then after you enjoy the castle, skip out. Don't actually step into the ride vehicle, just skip out of the queue. That way you can enjoy Hogwarts Castle without going on the ride. I've mentioned the free backstage tours a couple times, and I've referred you to the video, the detailed video we have on that, but I should mention right off, those are not guaranteed. It's just subject to like staff and availability. You may or may not get a free backstage tour when you request it. I've been waiting around a bit by this stage to show you, but I don't know when they're coming out again. But there's 2 stage shows here in Hogsmeade. You have the Frog Choir and the Tri-Wizard Pep Rally. Fun, non-ride activities. I just don't know when the next one is. I keep waiting and waiting. Another show here in Hogsmeade is the Ollivander's Wand Show. That's a non-ride activity you can enjoy. And if you have a magical wand, there's tons and tons of magical wand spots where you can perform your spells. I know I said shopping and eating was a given, but I'm going to specifically mention getting a butterbeer when you're in Hogsmeade. In fact, I'm going to step into Hogshead right now and get a hot butterbeer. And here is my hot butterbeer. I consider it to be good any time of year. You can enjoy this while your kids or your family riding Hagrid's, the Hippogriff, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. You let them do that while you sit back and enjoy your butterbeer. Now let's head into the Lost Continent. Nothing but non-ride things to do in here because Poseidon's Fury is not a ride, it's a show. And check this out. Did you know you could have a psychic reading here in the park? Well, you can here in the Lost Continent. At this same location, you can also get henna tattoos. Psychic readings and tattoos in the park, baby. Also in the Lost Continent, a talking water fountain. Some may enjoy it. Some may consider it annoying. But it's here nonetheless, and it's not a ride, unless it takes you on an emotional ride. There's also a bit of a street show here in the Lost Continent. Madagascar, King Julian comes out and does a little song and dance. And then after the performance, grab a photo. Poseidon's Fury is not a ride, so it counts as a non-ride activity. It's a pretty cheesy show, but some people do enjoy that. And now, into Seuss Landing. Here, you'll find several different character meet and greets. There's also a little musical show called, Oh, the Stories You'll Hear. And lastly, there is a little play area for little kids called If I Ran the Zoo. And remember, I said food, drink, and shopping a given as non-ride activities. See, plenty of fun stuff to do at Universal's Islands of Adventure without going on any rides. Did I miss anything? If I did, I'm sure someone will let me know in the comment section below. And as always, don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun, click that subscribe button.
His name is Rick, her name is Nikki, showing how theme parks are done. Don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun, hit subscribe.